What's up, everyone? This is Kenya, and I am the creator of all things Loop. And Loop stands for Live It, Own It, Obtain It on Purpose. We are still celebrating 28 days of Black excellence, and I'm super excited. I like this. I've been interviewing all day today, and this it just continues to get better and better. As you should also know that we put your purpose on display. We connect with leaders and influence across the world and industries, giving space to their voices and celebrating the power that lives within their story. And we have Miss Ciera. Ciera was on time, baby. I had to run in and be like, listen, Ciera, you got me. But thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh no, no problem. I've been watching your stories and I'm like, oh, she's my sister girl with this hair and
Okay.
everything. I was like, you see, I'm like, listen, I the same for me. The
Good.
same. So let's just get started. How did you get started in your industry? Like what made you say this is what I'm gonna be doing?
Man, it took a lot of shifting and
Yeah.
reshifting and
Yeah.
reshifting. I think that going into college, I had one idea, and then coming out, and then life kind of taught me something else.
Hmm.
But ultimately, getting into the mental health field came from me publishing my first book in 2018 and realizing there were so many people holding on to baggage and not
Hmm.
knowing what to do with it and how to grow. And my story kind of helped navigate some of that for people, but also for myself. And I just wanted to be what I needed that
Yeah.
I didn't have. And so that's how we got here.
Yeah, I know you said that you passed your license. Can I say that? Can I say?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to say if I can say that. Uh, so what does that mean now that you have done that? How are you going to impact the community even more with that?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a standard process once you go through your master's program.
Hmm.
There's a lot of states where you aren't able to advertise or communicate, market yourself as a licensed counselor.
Hmm.
It doesn't really prevent me from doing work. It hadn't prevented me from doing work, but in the capacity, sometimes credentials matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in this capacity, credentials matter. And so this just means I get to level up even more.
Wow, wow. So what's your definition of Black excellence?
Yeah, Black excellence to me embodies so much. But if
Yeah.
I could like narrow it down, it's
Hmm.
really showing up authentically as who you are despite what you look like and where you come from and the
Yeah.
circumstances that surround you. We really got some resilience built in us, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I think about Black excellence and resilience, when you say that, you can I can think about just so many things happening in college where, I could have stopped, and then when I did all things loop the first time, because it's like
Okay.
my second or third go around, but just the resilience in that of just trying to continue on the path of, just bettering myself.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely. Black excellence is all of that. I do believe that.
Absolutely.
How do you feel that you are contributing to the culture?
Listen, I'm so chill. I'm
Yeah.
so laid back. And one of the things, especially approaching coming into the mental health field, I noticed there's a lack of diversity.
Mm,
Realistically speaking, it's not a lot of people who look like me or
yeah.
you or anybody who look like us. And so I kind of contribute to the culture in my profession, especially. I want to bring the homegirl vibes. I want you to
Yeah.
feel like you sitting down with your homegirl and you can unpack whatever you're going through, but you can also grow through the process. I think that is so important. And it goes back to what I was saying about Black excellence. Being able to show up authentically as yourself is key. And
Yeah.
so for me, if I'm not gonna do nothing, baby, I'm gonna tell you to be and do you and do it your way. Find your lane and stick to it. And I know, I preach that to the top, to the
Hmm.
end, because that is so, 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 so important.
Yeah. So what do you feel is like the thing that really stops us from really taking care of our mental health? Like what stops us? Why is that such a I guess just what stops us?
in the Black community, there's still this taboo, right?
Mhm.
And we still have not normalized it in a way that it's just like going, I mean, half the time we don't even go get checkups at the doctor, so I can't even say that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it should be as normal as you waking up and taking a shower and brushing your
Mhm.
teeth every day. You can incorporate mental health in your daily routine. I think that what happens is people like have a misconception of what mental health looks like, and just because you address your mental health doesn't necessarily mean you have a mental illness. And so I think that a
Yes.
big part of it is a lack of education in
Yeah.
understanding what mental health is, what's the difference between a, mental health and mental illness, what it looks like going to, therapy and things like that. And so
Mhm.
ultimately just not educating ourselves enough
Yeah.
to, make it a priority.
I did an interview earlier today and I was just talking about getting help early. I feel as though if we could get help a little earlier than what we do,
Mhm.
um we can be able to navigate through whatever we're going through a lot better. And then not also making it seem like just because we having an issue, like we're not crazy. Why because I'm having a bad day or having a bad season either, like I'm crazy. No, like maybe I need some steps, maybe I need some tools to help me. But I do believe that if getting things done early, and then
Mhm.
also just not putting a label on it as all automatically being
Right.
called like you crazy, like
Right.
something wrong
And
with you.
listen, I talk about heavily about going beyond the white couch, which generally
Yeah,
just means
I
like
love it.
let's operate outside of a traditional therapeutic capacity. You
Mhm.
don't have to come sit on the couch and lay back, and it doesn't have
Mhm.
to mean that somebody's gonna put you on meds or you got to go
Yeah.
to a psych ward, or if you have to be suicide, like these extremes that are usually portrayed in the media,
Yeah.
social media, movies, and all of that. Sometimes it could be you woke up and you felt bad,
Yeah.
you're not sure what triggered it, and then now you have to figure out, okay, how do I maneuver through these emotions? And a lot of people, like you just said, they don't have the tools.
Mhm.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be a reactive thing. If
Yeah.
you're proactive, you don't have to have a whole bunch of negative stuff in your life to go
Yeah.
talk to a therapist or address your mental health.
Mhm.
And I think that's the thing that people need to realize the most.
Yeah. How do you feel you are contributing to the culture?
Let's see. I think bringing my authentic self and being able to show up, especially in this capacity,
Mhm.
definitely makes me feel like I'm doing my part
Yeah.
um, in educating people with mental health and showing up as my authentic self and sharing and being transparent. I think that definitely creates a shift in the culture and really creates that different dynamic that I'm trying to see in
Mhm.
people as well.
Yeah. What's your definition of living in purpose?
Mm.
That's a head nod. That's a head
Listen,
nod.
listen, because you know what, I think that a lot of times people think that it's this drawn out answer,
Yeah.
and I think it's self-fulfillment.
Wow.
As simple as that,
Yeah.
self-fulfillment. A lot of times we live life trying to utilize our purpose or follow our purpose for other people and all of that, and it's self-fulfillment.
Mhm.
Somebody asked me the other day and was like, "What's your why?" And I said, "Me."
Yeah. I love
Me.
it. I love
And
it.
not to be, for that to sound like ego or anything
Mhm.
like that, but just because a lot of times we do not give ourselves what we need to feel
Mhm.
fulfilled, and so we continually pouring out, pouring out, pouring out,
Yeah.
and that makes it hard. But if
Yeah.
you fill you up first, everybody else gonna get the benefit of all of
Mhm.
that.
I think that is so important. I remember, growing up, our mothers and our grandmothers, oh, God bless them.
Hmm.
They poured into so many people. And by the time the night was over, or their years was over, they were so tired. They were
Mm,
tired because they had been pouring into the husband, the kids, the job, the neighbor's kids, the neighbor around the corner, the church. Like, it was so many things and people they had poured into. And then by the time they got home, they didn't have anything left for themselves. So I think a lot of them, they had the they had so their purpose wasn't really, they was just like trying to figure it out,
mm,
but they had
mhm.
poured so much into everybody else they couldn't figure it out.
Right.
So self-fulfillment, I believe, I said it to myself the other day. I was like, I want to be able to be okay for myself so I can be okay
Mhm.
for everyone else, because when if
Yes.
I'm not okay, then nobody else is as well.
Right. But people like to say that you can't pour from an
Mm.
empty cup, but you absolutely can. People do it all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
But the
absolutely.
thing is, you just don't have nothing for you at
Mm.
the end. And you can
Yeah.
keep pouring and pouring and pouring, and then you're the one who's taking the L on the back end because
Mhm.
now what you doing for you?
Yeah, yeah, that's so good. It's like I can pour, yeah, I can, but what you gonna get when I pour?
Right.
Because I'm so
Yeah.
tired.
Yes.
I'm so
And
tired.
that's it. That's it. That's it. What are you gonna
Uh,
get when I pour?
yeah.
That's good.
What
That's good.
have you or who have you looked up to that defines Black excellence?
I think it's so many people, and
Mhm.
I automatically say my mom,
Mhm.
just because just like what we described, she did so
Mhm.
much and poured into so much. But when I think about like on a bigger scale of somebody that I've watched consistently is
Mhm.
Taraji P Henson.
Oh, that's a good one.
Her resilience,
Mhm.
her stance, her position, her attitude, she's just like a force, and it's everything, like
Mhm.
it's really everything, and she's definitely somebody that I can say that I've watched and have can look at, qualities that she has, and I see it in myself, and it's just like if I just keep going, if I keep
Mhm.
I can get there.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's definitely one of those people.
Yeah, I Taraji is it. And you know what I love about Taraji is that she's just a homegirl. You can tell she's like really down to earth,
Yeah.
cool, someone you could be like, "Hey girl," and she'd be like, "Hey."
Right. Yeah,
So
and
I
I'm all about
love
those
it.
vibes. All
Right?
about those vibes.
Right? So what's the next steps for you? How can we support you?
I am just really excited to grow beyond the white couch. And really, I mean, if we being honest, my goal is I'm trying to be like the next Oprah or something. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? For our generation, because
Yeah, absolutely.
what I'm saying, we don't have that right now.
Mhm.
But I think that just being able to amplify my voice and
Mhm.
amplify my platform and be able to offer, worldwide
Yeah.
my perspective and my assistance and my thought process when it comes to mental health and going beyond the white couch,
Mhm.
especially in the Black community, is really going to like knock down some doors and change
Mhm.
some lives and do some brilliant things. And I'm excited about that.
Yeah, manifest that dream. I truly believe that. I believe that when we speak it out our mouths, then it's definitely something that we can attain. Like, definitely. How can we follow you?
Yes, you can follow me on social media. My Instagram is my name is Ciera, and that's Ciera underscore. Or you can follow Beyond the White Couch on Instagram as well. My name is Ciera.com. You can find me there. I'm a speaker, author, do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, tap in with me. I also have a mental health workbook called Your Life Aesthetics, which can also be found, through my social media challenge, which basically helps people disrobe from the titles that they have, kind of unpack some of that emotional stuff that they have going on, and then rebrand to create that life that they want for themselves.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ciera. I am truly, truly excited. Make sure you guys go support Ciera. Go follow her. Go buy the workbook. We're gonna go ahead and buy one. Ciera, give me like 2 or 3 days, maybe
Okay.
even next week. I'll go ahead and buy one. You can
No
go
problem.
sponsor it off. You can go, give it to someone, or I can give it to someone on my network, and we can work that out. However, but I'll go ahead and do that because I'm all about supporting. I'm all about let's do it. Let's do it together and collaborate. So I'll definitely do that. So go follow Ciera. If you have not, go follow All Things Loop as well. We're still celebrating 28 days of Black excellence. We're not stopping, and we're gonna continue. So until next time.